Hello Aries, this is Tarot Queen Jamila. I'm here to do your love and money forecast for March and April. So I'm just going to do March and April because March is almost done. So I figured, there was a way for me to work that in together as a forecast. And so anyway, if you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button if you want a private reading. The link to the website is in the video description box, okay? So, I'm going to be using a new deck, you guys. It's called Cosmic Tarot. I hope that you guys like this tarot deck. No, I'm not going to be using the Ouija board today, but you never know. I wanted to do a reading with the Ouija board mat. You can actually use this for doing some medium stuff. But who knows? Who knows what kind of messages I'll get. I'm actually wearing my pendulum, so anyway, so let's look at your love life, Aries. All right, so I am just going to call to the spirits and spirit guides for the Aries. I've been trying to get set up to where, like, my hands are kind of like, so you guys can see the shuffling process, but it's usually over to the side. It's just easier, so just give me a minute and I'll start to lay out the cards for you. Alright, so I'm just going to call to the spirits for the Aries. I want to look at love and money forecast for the remaining of March. Alright, so show me what is the energies for March and then the energies for April for love and money. Alright, so again, this is going to be just a monthly forecast. I haven't done any April readings yet, so it's kind of like 2 weeks left. So alright, so I am gonna ask spirits to show me. I'm gonna do it like weekly, first week, the rest of March, and then first, second, and third week of April 2017. Show me what is the love and money energies, and just general. So this will be general love and money. Alright, so I'm just gonna shuffle. Uh-oh. Sometimes when the deck does that, it means that they don't want to be shuffled anymore. Alright. Alright. I probably should have had more of a bird's eye view. Alright, so the two cards up at the top represent the remaining of March and then April. So, I'm sorry, the top represent the remaining of March, and then the bottom cards are April. Okay, Aries, thank you so much for your patience on that. So, as you can see, you got a better view of your reading. So, I'm looking at current. The Justice card comes up for you, Aries, and this is where I feel like you are, that's a lot going on. Justice next to the Fool card. So I feel like right now for a majority of you, Aries, you are possibly dealing with a situation in your love life to where you're sort of saying to your partner, I am ready to make things fair, between the two of us. I don't feel that things are equal between the two of us. Justice is also an air sign card. So this is about communication and some sort of balance. So I feel like currently right now what your relationship is trying to do is it's trying to be fair. So I mean, I could throw a clarifying card at that, and I might, just because it's a forecast. I am going to throw a clarifier for justice just to get a little bit deeper. I'm going to ask spirits to give me more information about current, and then also going up to the next week of, or the last week of March. All right, and you got the 9 of Wands. So I feel like a lot of you had some sort of legal victory. If it's not legal victory, then it's where there was some sort of justice, or maybe even judgment. And so I do feel with the 9 of Wands, there could be some sort of situation. It's got to be the legal situation that I'm seeing. If there is a legal situation, it really has something to do with possibly being to where it looks like it's something. So it's some sort of circumstantial type of situation. So right now your partner might be accusing you of cheating. Aries, you might be dealing with an air sign individual, again, with the justice card coming up. Possible air sign person that you're dealing with. I can see right now that the Aries is probably sort of taking some sort of stance with the 9 of Wands. So I feel like you are like, The Fool card represents, I feel like, walking away from something. I feel like you're walking away from something, Aries, and you're starting something new. So in general, I'd say probably, I mean, there's a lot going on with this. I can see that you're dealing with, more specifically in your love life, it's love and money. Possible divorce, trying to divide things up, trying to figure out where things could go with the justice card. If it's not a divorce, but I feel like it's something strenuating happening for the 9 of Wands to come up. I feel like Aries is getting some kind of independence possibly, or either just starting something new. Now, when I look at the Fool card to represent, the last week of March. Okay, so the Fool card is representing somebody that is starting over. It can also represent a new beginning in your relationship. I can see with a lot of the surrounding cards. It's a possibility that this has been, and I'm just going to clarify 9 of Wands. Spirits, give me clarity on the 9 of Wands, please. All right, you got the Moon. So I kind of feel as though, Aries, what you're dealing with is, your partner could possibly be attacking you, maybe, or maybe it could be someone else. Spirits, give me clarity on the Moon card. So I'm trying to look at the whole picture, and a card fell out, the 6 of Wands. I kind of feel like, Aries, maybe you are trying to reunite with someone that you have this connection with. Justice comes in because I feel like somebody is saying, no, or either I feel like this is some sort of problem that's been thrown at you, but I feel like you're definitely going to overcome it, especially with a lot of these cards coming up. There is, so I can see right here with the 6 of Wands, this is where there was some sort of, maybe possible, maybe someone recognized you. Maybe someone, I feel like this has something to do with like an inner circle of friends or something, but I feel like the Six of Wands represents possible reunion, or just, you know, being really in a really good place in your relationship. And I feel like somebody wanted to attack you. Okay, because I'm sort of looking in the past now. I'm looking, this is current. This is sort of current, but this is going towards the past, okay? So, looking at the full card here. I can see that you're definitely going to rekindle something. I feel sort of like, Aries, you're dealing with an ex, possibly. Spirits, give me clarity on the last week and clarity on the full card for the Aries, and just more information about the last week of March. Uh-oh, the Empress. So the Empress represents really being in a very good place. So this is your financial card, Aries. Okay. Now, whether or not you have a lot of money in the bank, however, this is the time of the year where people are filing their taxes. So it's tax time. So I do feel like last week of March, you've got some money coming, possibly tax money, okay? So, you know, congratulations. That Empress card is really, really good. And it's definitely going to be like a new beginning. I can see a lot within that. I'm going to throw your next card after the Empress, and you got the King of Swords. So this represents an air sign individual. This represents possibly the person that you're having the struggle with, possibly the air sign. Now, I do feel like strongly this is your partner. And, oh goodness, I'm sorry. I kind of see you, you know, realizing it could be you or it could be your partner. I feel like you're going to sort of have maybe some sort of, you know, light bulb moment is what that could also represent. Spirits, give me clarity on King of Swords, please. That's what I thought. So the King of Swords, this is where you realize with your partner. Now, first of all, financially, I do see you in very good places, Aries. But as far as with your partner, I'm going to tell you this. I feel like the last week of March, you're going to sort of realize that your partner is who they are and that you cannot change them. Is what I can see with these two cards. Okay. Now, going beyond that, you go straight into the first week of April. Okay. So this is April, the Eight of Swords. This is sort of where you realize who your partner is. The veil has been lifted. You know what I'm saying? And you're sort of in a place of, you know, you're sort of working things out. Okay, I feel like this is where you're sort of working things out. I really do. Or if you do decide you're going to leave this person, I mean, because Seven of Swords comes up, you know, this is where, you know, whoever this person is, Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra, you know, they're just going to sort of, I feel like what it is, it's some sort of negativity coming in through this moon card. And so I feel like it's sort of like a chain letter. You know, it's some sort of chain letter, some sort of jinx or hex or something, possibly. Some sort of energy from the moon card. Huh. Yeah, I can see that with the Seven of Swords. I feel, let me look at this card. Yeah, you're going to realize that you can't change your partner. They are who they are. And I can tell you exactly, possibly what it is. They lie a lot. I feel like you're dealing with somebody that is just, they're not honest. And you catch them in lies all the time. Eight of Swords represents some sort of, again, mental clarity going into April. Okay, so this is where you, and this is a really cool illustration. I'm just now seeing some of these for the first time, guys. So, and I've had this deck for probably a few days or a week, probably a few days. You can see where they're sort of like, you know, they may be working things out. I'm going to clarify exactly what spirits means by this Eight of Swords because it's kind of unclear. And I feel like it's unclear for you now, Aries. Okay, the Two of Swords. This is where I feel like the first week of April in your relationship, you are going to sit down and figure out what you're going to do with your relationship together. Like, you're going to decide whether or not you can make it or not. So this is sort of like a crossroads with the Two of Swords. Now, going into the second week, I do see with the Three of Pentacles, you know, this is where some sort of new business opportunity comes up. So this is where someone is going to present some sort of business opportunity to you, Aries, or either to your partner. I feel like your partner is going to come and tell you about it. The second week of April, something about money. Something that is going to help you bring money into the house is what I'm saying. So spirits, give me clarity on Three of Pentacles. I don't really need clarity, but I do want to throw one. Okay, see, I knew that that would come up. I felt an earth energy. I did. I feel like the Prince of Pentacles. Now, by the way, the Prince of Pentacles is the Page of Pentacles. Equivalent to the Page of Pentacles in this deck. So I feel like this person is going to come to you with a business proposition. Okay, so that's sort of a part of whatever the money or part of your reading. Now, I will tell you that if you decide to leave your partner, Aries, if you guys decide to split, you got an earth sign coming. This person will definitely help you build. So just to let you know, if you like, I am not staying with this person. If I find if I find out anything else, I'm not staying with this person. So if you decide to split, Aries, I see an earth sign individual coming in. Now, whether or not this is a new job or a new love interest, it probably is. I am going to ask spirits more about this Prince of Pentacles. He's going to like come to you. I feel like you're going to get some sort of probably message or some sort of proposition. Okay. Ooh, Judgment. Well, let's see what comes after Judgment. Ooh. Okay. All right. So Aries, I do want to err against caution. Goodness gracious. Look at that Ten of Swords. Huh. Alright, spirits, are you trying to clarify this person, or what's the deal with the Ten of Swords? Goodness gracious. Okay. This has got to be someone that is an earth sign individual. They've got to be immature. Okay, I don't feel that you should trust them with these cards coming up. I mean, my goodness gracious, I just don't. I feel as though if it were a situation now with the Star card coming next, you know, I will tell you that, you know, Spirit is sort of telling me that you may want to Goodness gracious. Alright, I'm going to throw a card on top of this Prince of Pentacles real quick. Sorry about all the cards. Okay. I feel like with Temperance, this is what I want to tell you, Aries. I feel like with Temperance coming up, I feel like this Prince of Pentacles is probably a good person. I feel like they are coming to bring balance in your life. Okay? With the Temperance. However, I do feel as though you may either push that person away or something, because Judgment comes up. So that's how I'm reading it. And the reason why is because with all of these Swords cards coming up, I feel like this is some of that energy coming from you. So the first card was Judgment. If I would have decided to stop there, Judgment is usually looking in the past. So I do feel as though the Ten of Swords represents this King of Swords. And then also the Five of Swords. So I don't know why I feel that way. I feel that way because I feel like this is someone that you knew previously, whoever this is, okay? Or maybe you worked with them before. But I feel like you may have judged them too harshly because of something coming in from here. I'm just being honest with you. Because the Star card comes up as the next card. And just reading, I mean, I read a lot into it. And sometimes that can be a bad thing. But the Star card represents the third week. So this is where you're getting clarity. Okay, and then also healing. And then also recognition for whatever it is that you're doing. So as far as like for work or whatever. So I'm going to ask Spirit to give me clarity on the Star card for the third week of April, because there's a lot that can go into that major arcana. Okay. I feel like the Star card is representing, especially you had Temperance, so I do feel like these are some spirit guides that are going to come to heal you. The Star card does represent healing. And the Nine of Swords. Now, let me just tell you something. When I said clarity, you're going to gain clarity on something that is going to give you some possible anxiety, maybe keep you up at night. I feel like that energy is okay because it's going to create some change in your life. Okay, you got the Death card. Look at that Death card. Really scary, but your final outcome card for the fourth week is the Ten of Cups. So you are just going through it, Aries. My goodness. You end up in a good place. The Ten of Cups could represent someone pregnant. Possibly. You know, with the Death card coming up after the Nine of Swords and the Star. It's a possibility. Just really feeling in a good place. Even if you're single, self-love, but this is a love reading, or it's not necessarily a relationship reading. I do feel as though if you're single, you know, a lot of this stuff is possibly happening within yourself or just the people around you. But I do feel as though the third week you're going to gain clarity on something, and you're going to either walk away from something, something's going to close out, something's going to change. The Death card is a very powerful card. Now the change is the Ten of Cups. So this is your final outcome. So I do feel with the Star card coming up, I feel like you do have some healing to do. But I feel like there's going to be some big changes. I feel like for the Cups to come up, it represents emotional well-being and your first card to represent current is Justice. So I do feel like in your love life, Spirit is trying to get you to balance, especially with this Empress. I really do like the illustration of the Empress. She's pretty. I kind of feel as though this is where, you know, things are definitely a good emotional well-being after going through some sort of struggle. I do feel as though this Prince of Pentacles could possibly be new love showing up in your life. Spirits, give me clarity on Ten of Cups. Okay, Queen of Swords. Okay. So these are really good cards. The reason I say these are really good cards, Aries, is because Queen of Swords, this is representing where you have mental clarity. Queen of Swords represents intelligence. Just being very... And now, I will tell you something that's hilarious. This Queen of Swords is plotting. She's plotting, trust me. You see how you can see the lovers in the distance? She doesn't care about emotional stuff. So just watch out for her, okay? I feel like she's going to show up shortly after this person, whoever this Prince of Pentacles, because she wants... So just to let you know, I really do see that. And so I do feel like the lovers in the distance do represent your relationship, especially with the Nine of Pentacles. So this is where you're going to be doing possibly some sort of home improvement. You are feeling really good, Aries, by the end of April. I feel like it's going to sort of be the same is what you're looking at the end of March. So you may have some sort of cycle. I don't know. But the end of March definitely looks good for you. The Nine of Pentacles is usually, you know, I always see a woman sort of decorating her house and making things really comfortable. And just feeling really good. So really good energy. Now, I feel like some of you may... With the Queen of Swords, if it does represent you, it represents you having your independence, having your, you know, intelligence, having your mind, you know, that could represent that. So for the singles, if you are single by April, you know, and this card represents you, this is sort of where, you know, with the Nine of Pentacles, you sort of got to where you needed to be. But I really do like this illustration because of the flamingos and stuff, and you got the roses, and you're just feeling really good. So I feel like it's the energy coming in from this Prince of Pentacles. I feel like he's coming to sweep you off your feet. So anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this reading, Aries. Again, if you want a private reading, you can click the link in the video description box to my website. Also, make sure that you hit the subscribe button and thumbs up this video. All right. Thank you for watching. Namaste.